Boom, I'm in the room. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. Welcome to the old Heale Manor. And I'd just like to wish each and every one of you a very happy and prosperous 2025. Got a new year, let's get into it. Now, I'm just going to recap on what I did last year. I did a lot last year, as it happens, and I just want to recap, and then I'll give you a look forward to what to expect for this year. Now, I started off last year, as every year, with a Burns night supper. In fact, we went to two this last year, and we're probably going to do another two this year. So it's a good way to start the year. Then, my son got married in March, so that was a great celebration. And then we were lumbered with them for about 4 months until they managed to move out and to move into their own place. And that was hard work, it really was. But there you go. I also set up, had a big hand in setting up the Armed Forces and Veterans Breakfast Club, Gosport. What happened was where it used to be at the RNA Club, the Royal Naval Association Club, they gave up doing it. I saw an opportunity, had a word with the Hornet Service Sailing Club, and they agreed to take it on, and we set it up there. And it's grown legs, and it's great. We get anything from 40 to 70, 80 turned to on a Saturday morning for a breakfast, which for veterans, and it's a great crack. If you're a veteran in the Gosport area, we normally do 2nd, 4th and 5th Saturdays of the month. So you're welcome to come along and have a nice breakfast. Then I changed my bike. You know, I'd had the old the Ducati Multistrada 1200S. I'd had her for 14 years, done a lot of miles on her. But I did a tour in 2023 and I had a few close moments where I nearly dropped it. So it's time. So I changed it for the new Royal Enfield Himalayan 450. What a great machine that is. Although I missed the Multistrada, the Royal Enfield is every bit as capable. And I've done a couple of big tours on her. And I'll come to that in a second. But I did the podcast show in London, the third one I'd done. Really good fun. 2 days in the industry standard coming along and all the rest of it. Now I'll give you a heads up shortly about this year's and what I'm going to be doing at that one. And then I went off on the first big bike tour. I went off with a couple of mates. We set off. We went across to Normandy. Arrived on the 1st of June, and we did a couple of days around the beaches, and then we went across. And again, we missed out on the Grimshaw and the Furka passes and the Großglockner due to weather. Got it wrong again. Never mind. We'll have another go one day. And then I left them in Munich, and we went off to. They came back because they had to come back to work. And I carried on. I went to Prague, I went to Sangin, and I went to Berlin. And you can see all those videos, riding through history, another riding through history tour. And I've got one of those coming this year, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. And then I got back from that, having been away for a month. I a day and a half turnaround, and I was off to the Adventure Bike Riders Festival, the third one I did. What a great festival that is. 4 days of great fun. Now, if you see the adverts for this year's, there's one of the adverts that features me at the beginning. Yours truly. I'm on it. Wow. That was quite a surprise seeing me on there. That was brilliant. So I'm going to be going to that again this year. And then I got involved with True Heroes Racing, which is a race team like none other. They compete in the British Superbikes and the BMW F900 series, where they're running 3 bikes. And I'm now going to be a member of the team. So I'm going to be doing quite a lot of the BSB rounds this year. Places like Alton Park, Cadwell, Donington, Brands, Snetterton, Silverstone, and with a bit of luck, if it doesn't clash, I'm going to go over to Assen in Holland, because I am hopefully going on a battlefield study tour to Gallipoli with my regiment. Have to wait and see whether the dates clash or not. Then I did the North Coast 500, and that was great. And I completed the North Coast 500, and I was going to tie it up with doing John O'Groats down to Land's End. As it happens, when I left Chester, I had a full day of torrential rain to get down to Sedibridge, and you couldn't make it up. But after that, I mugged it off, and I came home. I just couldn't get dried out. So I'll have to do Land's End another time, and that's planned in for this year at some stage. And then I went to the Reform Party conference up in Birmingham, which was really good. They made some major changes to the party, and those are coming into fruition. And off the back of that, I'm going to be involved with our local branch down here in Gosport. With a bit of luck, that'll be. We've got a meeting next week, so going to be involved with them. And then I went off and I did some work for Unite the Kingdom. I went and did some video over at one of the demonstrations in Portsmouth at the Guildhall Square. And I tried to do a balance piece where I tried to have a word with the counter protests, the far left types, the unionists and the communists. They weren't overly friendly or engaging. But the Unite the Kingdom types, they're open, they're friendly, they just want to talk about getting our country back. So that went down really, really well. So I'm going to be doing some more work with them this year at some of their demonstrations. Then I went off to the Unite the Kingdom in London. What a fabulous day that was. That was a really friendly, fun day out. And there was thousands and thousands and thousands of people there. And you go back and have a look at all these videos that I put up this year. Coming on to 2025 then. Let's have a look what we're going to be doing. Like I said, I'm going to be involved with the local Reform Party. I'm off to the Reform South East Conference next week as well. Then we've got the big breakfast coming up. Going to be doing some of those. Again, I'm going to be hosting the regiment big breakfast down here in Gosport. So if there's anybody from the Royal Anglian Regiment wants to come along on the 25th of February, you're most welcome. And then I'm off. After that, I'm off on another Riding Through History tour. This time, I'm going to Morocco. So everything's planned. The ferries are booked. All the accommodation's booked all the way round. Everything's in place. So I've done all the research. Little tiny bit of research left to do, but it's going to be another grand tour. I'm going to be away for a month. So watch out for those videos coming out. Again, I'm going to be involved, like I said, with the True Heroes Racing, and I'm going to be going to quite a few of the rounds for the British Superbike Championships. They got new bikes this year. I don't know what they are yet, so we'll have to find out. Then I'm off to the podcast show in London again. I've already booked to go for the 2 days. I booked into my local, my private club. So I should be staying in the private club, which is the Union Jack Club, which is open to serving personnel and veterans. So from that, it's fairly exclusive. So I'm booked in for that. And hopefully the guys from Podmatch, where I find guests, they're going to come over, and hopefully I'm going to be helping out on their stand for 2 days. So if you're into podcasting at all, come along to the show. It's at the London Business Centre in Camden. Then I'm off to the Adventure Bike Riders Festival again, and then I don't know what else he's going to bring for next year. Obviously, lots of stuff. We're going to be involved politically, getting some political stuff coming up on the channel. I'm not sure about getting back into doing everyday conversations regarding mental health and ordinary people's extraordinary stories at the moment. I kind of got a bit burnt out for that. I may do the odd one, specials coming up, but we'll see. But there you go. That's a look forward to 2025 for me and the channel. So hopefully you'll continue to support the channel. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost anything, obviously. And if you like what I do, smash the like button. And I love comments. And I always try and get back to people with the comments. So if you stick a comment on there, I'll get back to you. Honest. Promise. So there you go. That's it for me for now. So until the next one, TTFN. Ta-da for now.